like jam, water, water,
Hit the brake.
Beep, beep.
drip like jam, water, water.
Hit the brake.
Beep, beep. Get out of my way!
Yo, what want me you?
You're watching The Traffic Jam.
Welcome everybody once again back to the Traffic Jam. My name is Mark. Like I always say, I am not your regular host. I'm just filling in. Now today we have some fun topics to discuss, and we have some intelligent young men on here with me to help us discuss that. So I want them let them introduce themselves.
What's going on, everybody? Aldo Moreklian out here from New York City, comedian. You could actually see me right now on the Traffic Jam Comedy Jam, streaming right now on Amazon Prime with your boy Mark.
Hey everyone, Prasanna here. I'm also a comedian based out of New York. I've been doing comedy for about 7 years at this point. Love doing comedy. Um, yeah, you can find me at Positivity on Instagram. And you can also check out the Traffic Jam Comedy Jam special on Amazon Prime.
Yo, what's good, y'all? I go by the name of Astray. I'm from Detroit / Saginaw, Michigan. I'm a rapper, singer, songwriter, producer. Catch me on any streaming platform. Just type in Astray, and then all my socials are at Astray313.
All right, so again, welcome. So before I get too serious, I want to have a little fun with y'all right quick. You know how you always hear these questions and you gotta select one or the other. So I have one for you. So I got In Living Color, the TV show, right? Saturday Night Live and Chappelle Show. Watch one, record one, and delete one.
Easy.
Okay.
Well, easy as far as delete one and watch one. I don't really know the recording aspect, but definitely watch In Living Color. Delete the fuck out of Saturday Night Live. That shit has always been really stale to me. Extremely watered down. Except when you had like the era of like the Chris Farleys and Adam Sandlers and Chris Rock and that time period, or when I was like young and you had Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin and the other Steve, the little short dude, those guys. I mean, those guys made it cool, but I still like In Living Color trumps that shit by a mile. I loved In Living Color. Like I have skits by that memorized. If I seen them, I could like say it word for word along with the skit. The Chappelle Show is just kind of, I don't know. I never thought of Chappelle as like the funniest comedian. He was okay to me.
So you said that. So you're not. So Trey. So you were saying. I got to ask you now because you said Saturday Night Live, you delete it, right? Because you're like whatever.
Out of the
But
three, yeah, delete.
out
I
of
mean,
the three,
overall, I wouldn't choose to delete it. But if I had to pick, then yeah, delete
but
Saturday
then
Night Live.
so what are you doing with Chappelle though? Because you said you really didn't find it funny.
Well, like I mean, he said either record it, watch it, or what was the third one?
Delete it.
Delete it. Right. Okay. So if those were my options, then I really don't know how to record. So that kind of just, I mean, I don't know how to record a comedy show. So that leaves the Chappelle Show kind of in limbo. You know what I mean? Like I don't hate it. I don't love it. but it's there, and I would rather have it than Saturday Night Live. Just my opinion, but yeah. So I mean, it doesn't really leave it anywhere. It's just kind of is what it
Yeah,
is.
it's just there.
Some of his skits, some of
What's
his
true?
comedy routines skits were hilarious, and some of them were just like this is just reaching. Like he's I don't know. I felt like his character in Half Baked was so much better than like his just lackluster get on stage and yeah, well I tell you, blah blah blah. It's just I don't know. He just came off like not that funny to me, and everybody else always thought he was so funny. I'm like, what do you guys see in this dude? But whatever.
I get it. I have to agree with what he said when he asked about which season of Saturday Night Live, because like the earlier seasons were like the classics, like
Yes.
so I would say if I had to go, all right, so if we were talking about currently, hmm, I guess I would, okay, so I guess record, all right, so which one? Was it keep it, record, and then delete, correct?
Yeah, watch, record, or delete.
Watch,
So
record, or
the
delete.
question was kind
So,
of like back with the old school, like I was thinking VCR days, and something's all of these three are coming on at 8 o'clock. So you can only watch one, and you can record one, and then the other one gotta go.
okay, so I would say if we're talking about back in the day, ooh, okay, so I'm gonna say I would probably have watched, damn, so if we were younger, I guess I would watch in living color, I would record Chappelle, and I wouldn't even watch. I guess I would delete saying that live.
No love
Okay.
for Saturday Night
When you
Live.
when y'all speak of recording, what is the like? I don't know enough
Like your,
about it to
I guess it would be like
know.
your DVR.
Oh, like recording like on
Yeah,
like
to watch it later.
on
You can't watch it
television to
now,
your.
so you're gonna
Yeah,
record it to
yeah.
watch it later.
I feel you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like recording as like part of the recording crew, but like recording the show. I'm like, okay.
Nah,
I was trying to
like
think of it as that aspect.
yeah, like your DVR, like right now. You know what I mean? Like you watch something and then you just record the other show and then you just catch it later.
Right, like something you gotta watch now, and then something you could be like, okay, well, I'll catch it when I can. It's in there.
And then
It's in the queue, but I can't do it right now. You know what I mean?
and then and then the one that you don't even want to watch later today or tomorrow, then that would be
The one you.
deleted.
Okay, I understand.
I would say so. I would watch the Chappelle show. I would choose to record in living color, and I would again delete SNL. I think Chappelle show has been one of like my favorite shows of all time, and like every time I've seen a sketch for the first time, I like it's just like I'm amazed at like how incredible this show was, and so that novelty of like watching it for the first time is it was like really exciting when I was watching it for the first time. So I would be more inclined to watch that one. I would record in living color, although it's great, but it's not as up there for me as the Chappelle show. Um, and then yeah, I would agree. Delete SNL. I feel like with SNL, even though there's been a lot of like iconic episodes and sketches, it's rare for an entire episode to be just top-notch laughs, which I think tends to be the Chappelle show for the most part. Um,
Some of that SNL shit to me personally was just downright absolutely corny, like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner corny, like like all the corn you can eat.
So this is like interesting to me because I didn't expect that, right? Because Saturday Night Live is, I guess, the godfather of all of that, right? It's the one that started all of that. Well, not started, but I guess the Carbonet shows and all those old time shows. Did those sketch comedy things first, but Saturday Night Live is like the one that jumped it all off with Chappelle's show and Living Color. But y'all don't think like that.
It is the one that jumped it all off. And like I said, there I feel like there was a couple golden eras, with Saturday Night Live. One when I was real young with like the people I was mentioning. What's old boy from Caddyshack?
Dangerfield.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase, yes. Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin, Mar- uh, Martin
Martin Short.
Martin Short, I'm forgetting some other people, but then you got like the Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock. I know I'm forgetting a couple more there, and then you got like people in that were exceptions, like Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell always did a real good job, even though some of his shit was corny. But some of his skits that I can think about were like his Harry Carey skits. Those were hilarious. Um,
Like I could say, I literally don't ever remember running home because I had to watch Saturday Night Live. You know what I mean? But Chappelle, I would always be home to watch Chappelle. And Living Color, I would always make sure I watched in Living Color because it was something you talked about like the next day in school or with your friends. You know what I mean? But nobody was like, "Yo, remember we saw Saturday Night Live last night?" I'm, I mean, of course, it's like you said, it's the number one thing that put everything on the map because then we also have Mad TV was another thing that was
I was
popular.
just gonna say something about Mad TV. Like they got to get an honorable mention because some of that shit was real funny. Like Stewie, or the Chinese lady. Um, y'all know what I'm talking referring to? Yeah, like those. I really enjoyed those. Um, and then in Living Color, I feel like in Living Color just had the 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 even though the short run that they had like the brightest stars. Like they had Damon Wayans, Tommy Davidson. That's his name, right? Tommy Davidson.
Yep.
Jim Carrey. God, one of my favorite actors of all time is Jamie Foxx. Like they birthed Jamie Foxx, and Keenan and Sean and Kim. I think Kim. That was the sister's name, right?
Did you
So
have oh sorry, let me ask you a question. When you said "Homie, don't play that," I remember when that show was out, which was probably the early '90s. I
Hmm.
remember everybody was wearing the bootleg "Homie, don't play that" T-shirts. Did you guys
Oh,
have those out there?
I had a couple in Living Color T-shirts of just the regular in Living Color with the faces on it and the bright colors in the house.
Yep.
Or was it a house or something? It was no, it just said in Living Color in the middle. But then I had a Homie Don't Play shirt. Yeah, I had a couple pieces of gear that were off of that
I had
show.
that. I had that too.
well, guys, that is all the time we have for this evening. I would like you to let us know where we can find you.
Social media, I'll just give you the website is aldolaugh.com, but all my social media platform is Aldo Laugh, ALDOLAUGH. Always a pleasure to be on here, and I'll see you guys on the next
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. My username is Positivity. Like I've written it in the name here in my video. So Positivity. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok, it's at Astray ASTRAY 313. And then Facebook is facebook.com/ the real Astray. Oh, YouTube is also at Astray 313.
Traffic jam.
Drip like
Jam.
water, water,
Hit the
water.
brake. Beep beep.
Drip like
Jam.
water, water.
Hit the brake. Beep beep.
Yo, what want me you?